Here's another delicious Your Wellness recipe from Harris Teeter.
Hello, I'm Chef Tim, and today we're going to learn how to make a Your Wellness vegetarian chili recipe. What I'm doing here is I'm roasting the peppers for the chili. Now, chili pretty much means chilies, peppers. You just turn your burners on, put your peppers on first, and then just let them blacken up. And then once they get nice and blackened up, keep rolling them around, and they'll do that. They'll fall in, so you gotta be careful. I've got some right here already roasted up and cleaned. You can see that there's no skin on there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start our chili. And I'm gonna use white beans, and we're just gonna get some onions going first. Just get them in there in the olive oil. We've got our bay leaf in there, so it flavors the onions really, really nicely. Once we start getting this going and the onions are nice and soft, we're going to add the garlic and the chili spice to the onions. If you make your own, you can take your dry chilies. We've got a guajillo and some poblanos or anchos. Anchos are a dry poblano. Now guajillo is a dry Anaheim chili. And we've got our onions softened up here, and we're going to add our spice and the garlic. And just like garlic, you add your spices, and that'll help bring out the flavor. You toast them up. If you make it yourself, you do want to lightly toast the spices, because some of the spices are oil soluble as opposed to liquid soluble, and you'll intensify the flavor of the spice. And then to stop that cooking, we'll just add some tomato. You just need to add liquid, and that'll help stop the cooking. Once it's reduced, we'll go ahead and add our beans. And these beans have been soaked overnight in water, and then drained, and then reboiled in water, and just simmer in water until they're done. But you don't want to use the same water that you soaked them in. You want to use fresh water. Gets rid of some of the gassiness that beans can cause. You don't want to add salt until it's fully cooked, because it will toughen the skin, and it won't cook. You'll be cooking it for hours, and it'll just never get soft. So you want to just wait until it's just about done, then you add it. And I just added my poblanos and my red peppers, and then we'll put our veg stock in there. And if you want to, you can cook your beans in this as well if you wanted to, and some of that starch will kind of thicken up your chili a little bit. In the meantime, we're going to saute our Swiss chard and spinach in a little olive oil with a little shallots. You're going to add your olive oil. And let's get it in there. And then we're going to add our spinach. At this point, you want to add a little salt and pepper to it. See, it's just about done. I'm going to turn the heat off. Just let it kind of sit there and soften up just a little bit. Now, it's always good if you wanted to just cook the beans in there for a little while, so they really get mixed up with it. And it's always better to make it a day ahead and then to reheat it. But right now, we're just going to season it. Use a little bit of salt. You check it. Always taste it beforehand and see whatever your liking is. Some people like more salt than others. But we're also going to add a lime juice, which will help keep you from adding so much salt. And just get all that stirred in there. And you want your beans to be nice and tender, not really falling apart, but not really dry when you eat it. You want them to have a nice creaminess to them. Then we're going to add some whole cilantro leaves. Just stir that in, just let that sit. Put our Swiss chard down. Now you can put some rice, if you want to, in the bowl first. If you want to, spice it up a little bit with some hot sauce, whatever your favorite is. Go ahead and spoon that chili right on top. There you go, another simple Your Wellness recipe that you can make at home.
We hope you enjoy Harris Teeter's Your Wellness chili. we suggest a couple of toasted pieces of La Brea organic wheat loaf bread as a nice accompaniment to your vegetarian chili. To view more cooking demonstrations and find more recipes, visit harristeeter.com.